Hello friends, welcome back to another video. So here I'm going to explain today what is a scatter gather and why we need to use scatter gather for our mule application. So scatter gather is basically uh, scatter your request to multiple route based on uh, how many routes you have. For example, suppose this is your flow. In the flow, you receive a mule event and you have used scatter gather, and that scatter gather is doing basically scatter the same mule event or the reference of mule event to every route, and those routes, route 1, route 2, route 3, process parallelly. At here basically, if and if there's no error, then your mule event will be modified, and it will be basically output of all routes merge into a new modify event, and here you will get new modify event. So what is the requirement why we are using a scatter gather? So requirement is like that, suppose we want to do a parallel processing, and in a single flow we need to call different web services. For example, here we want to call another web service, here we want to call another API, here we want to do some processing, and those three things we want to do in a parallel. So basically it will save our time, and at after executing all three routes, if if there's no error, then we will merge all output into single one. So scatter gather taking a mule event, in the output it is also give you the mule event, but in mule event the ultimately the type of mule event is an object. Inside that object you have a 0 1 2 3. What is meaning of 0 1 2 3? 0 means first route output, 1 means second route output, third means third route, second means third route output. So this is basically all about from scatter gather. So basically there are the things which I am going to highlight those point. uh, Basically scatter gather component receive a mule event and send a reference of this mule event to each processing. All these, each processor, or we can say route, execute in parallel. Okay, and you will get a modify event here. uh, all After all processing route finish execution, the scatter gather component create a new mule event here and compile all resulting. And there is one warning condition here: the if you're using a scatter gather, then it should have at least two route. So let me create one example here. So I've created four example: example 1, example 2, example 3, example 4. But let me first create a scatter gather from scratch. So it will be um, example 0. Let me create example 0 here, a new project 0. Yes, so let me take listener. Configuration, it will be example 0, use case 1. Okay, and let me take from core component. In the core component, in the flow control, you will get scatter gather from any point studio palette. I just drag and drop. Let me now put one logger message. For example, this logger is route first, route first only. Just think I have printed this. Let me deploy this application, whether it is deployed or not. Yes, as you can see that it is failed. What is the reason for failing? So reason for failing is that there is one error in scatter gather component. Okay, line number 16, that is an error. Okay, but I know that error is basically scatter gather require uh, expected occur minimum 2 times. One more instance required to satisfy this constraint. So let me add another logger second. Let me add second route. And in second route I just I print second route. Okay, so let me check whether it is deployed or not. Yes, it is deployed. Let me put one transform message in order to show you what would be the expected output. I'm going to just mention one transform message outside scatter gather, and I'm just printing a payload. What is the value of what is the output of the scatter gather? Okay, let me copy this route, localhost. Yes, yes, you're getting output here. So let me explain output. As we have a two route number one and route number two. So in the output of the scatter gather, you're getting a zeroth. This is the basically mule message where you have attributes and payloads, and you have a first route where you have a basically mule message where you have attributes and payload. Okay, so this is a basically output from our scatter gather output. Okay, so let's focus on our existing example. This is the very basic example how scatter gather is work. So basically you can see that we receive a mule event. Scatter gather simply scatter the mule event to for route number one and route number two parallelly. Once those once those routes are executed, so we are basically checking what is a payload we are getting from scatter gather. So this is the payload we are getting from scatter gather. Let me like this way so you will able to receive that. So now it is time to explain my already created example. So let's try to understand what is the first example. So the first example is basically it's example one, use case one. I am using one scatter gather. I am just printing one logger, and as I am using one transform message, basically it calculate now time in IST and now time in EST, and in final payload what will get I will just show you. So let me stop my mule runtime. Okay, and let me close this existing. Let me deploy this application, run application. Yes, as you can see that my application is deployed. Let me send button. Yes, what is the path we are using? Path we are using this one. Let me paste this path here. Okay, send button. Yes, so this is the output. As you can see that we are getting a mule message where in the zeroth one we have this payload. IST time is this 1318, and EST time is Eastern time zone is this one. So let me, I want to just basically change the payload. Let me do that. So here I have a data view editor is running. So I've opened data view editor. I am going to change the payload. So basically let me check. This is the payload. It is coming. As I can see that it is a type is object, and I having two entries, zeroth one and second one is here, second one. Okay, let me apply map object, or we can simply apply map object over it, and let me try payload here. So as you can see that this value is coming. So here just focus on map object. It's taking object as an input and also getting also basically give you the object in output. My payload, this payload inside this scatter gather means my payload is itself object. That's why it is not failing. Ultimately I have just generated object only. This particular data is not failing. But in your case you will might receive another it's array or something. Then in that case you will have to basically generate a object for this output of map object. So but let me just make to object, then it will not just let me make just, I'm not doing because I am already receiving object here. So let me copy paste this data view and paste it here. Okay, let me check. Yes, my application is deployed. Let me send hint button. Yes, as you can see that this is the output is coming. So based on this data view, you can write your logic, your specific logic in order to generate your specific payload. just I have generated a kind of consolidated payload, but you can generate a payload for like route or this route output one, route output second. That's how you can generate it that. So let me open my example second. In the example second, it based on the basically variable propagation. So let me first explain what is a flow I've created. So as you can see that I have a scatter gather, but before scatter gather I have one transform message. In the transform message I have a variable 1 and variable 2. Inside the variable 1 I have set variable 1 value. Inside the variable 2 I have set variable 2 value. So basically in this transform message I am setting a two variable, variable 1 and variable 2, and variable 1 having variable 1 value, variable 2 having variable 2 value. So where in this scatter gather, as you can see that I have a three route. So let me explain first route. So first route having a kind of basically logger. In the logger I print a payload, what payload is receive, what is the attribute it receive, and what is the variable it receive. So the same thing I'm doing for route number 2 and same thing I'm doing for route number 3. So our route number 1 is basically updating a variable 1 which already here and route number 2 is creating a new variable, variable 3, the variable 3 value in second route, and route number 3 is creating a same variable, the value would be variable 3 value route third. So only our first route is basically taking a basically updating a existing variable which is coming from source, but in route number 2 and route number 3 basically creating a new variable, variable 3 and variable 3. So as you can see that same variable creating in route number second and same variable also creating in route number second, but we have a different value. In route number second we have a value is second, variable 3 value route second, and route number third the variable 3 same variable we are creating, the value is variable 3 value route third. So and this is the existing one, it basically send you IST time zone, it is basically send you Eastern time zone, and it is basically send you central time zone. It is a central time zone. Okay, and at last I am only printing a what is a variable, what is a final variable I am receiving here. So let me copy this data view because we are generating at this data view. Okay, and we are also printing a variables here to check what happened to those variables, variable 1, variable 2 and variable 3. Okay, so for that I need to stop the server and I need to restart server for this application. So let me start. As you can see that my application is deployed. Let me hit this endpoint. This endpoint is example to use case 1. Example to use case 1. Okay, let me send. Click on send button. Yes, I've got response. But let me print what happened to my variables. So as you can see that after scatter gather I've just print after scatter gather variables. So let me show you variables. Yes, so variable 1 value is updated to hello world because this first route the variable 1 value, variable 1 plus updated to hello world. What we have in variable 1? Variable 1 we have variable 1 value, and what has happened in the first route, variable 1 value plus updated to hello world. So we have got in variable 1 value updated to hello world. So this is basically done by our first route. Second route and third route create a new variable called variable 3. So as you can see that it's kind of amazing that our second route and third route create a same variable with a different value, but here we receive a variable 3 as an array and we have a two value. First value, this value is basically creating by route number second, and this value is creating by route number third. So that's how the variable propagation is working in a scatter gather. Now let's move to our example third. Let me stop server. So example third is error handling. Okay, how basically error handling done in scatter gather. So for example, we are running a scatter gather here, and this is our route number first. Okay, and our route first logger. Okay, this is our route number first logger. while it go to here, so basically हम plus plus null. So as you know that when we appending a null to a string, so basically or to a basically anything null, so it will give you expression error because null we are not able to plus plus on an existing one. So basically it will fail here, and on we have applied try catch, then whatever it fail, then we'll get we have a error handling in try, and error handling we have apply on error continue, and here it is running as it is. So suppose we don't have any error handling. Let me run first case, let me run this case, and let me deploy it, and as you can see that here we have error case with on error continue, and this is our final payload. Let me print a final payload as you want this output. Okay, okay, let me check what is the output is coming. It might fail that because this route might send you payload empty, but this route send you payload. Okay, so for now let me just do only payload because I will show you later. Okay, so let me check whether my application is deployed or not. Let me run in a debug mode, so it will be very easy to explain you. I click debug start. Yes, as you can see that it is deployed. Let me send use case 3, example 3, use case 1. Yeah, example 3, use case 1. Let me change here, example 3, use case 1. Let me send button. I'll just click on send button. Let me press F6. As you can see that this route is successfully running, and that means this route is, we got thread, and this route is executing. Here we will get error. Okay, we will handle this error in on error continue. So basically it will give a success to here. So in this mean that this try catch handle error and give us kind of success that we have handled error and we have used on error continue. It means that we are not propagating error to the next processor. We are just sending a success message. So let me check what we have received in the output. So output we have received, the first route is failed, that's why it is giving a payload 0, but the second route is successfully passed, that's why it is getting a successful router. So guys, this is the condition where you having a multiple route in a scatter gather and you want to retrieve a successful record and you just want to log the failure record. So that's how you can do the error handling. Let me let me just delete the try catch here and let me deploy this application. What will happen when our first route is failed but second route is successfully running, but and we don't have any error handling? Let me show you. Yes, it is deployed. Let me run. So we got yes, it failed, then we got here. So payload is empty because currently payload is empty. I've returned a payload here in advanced. Let me show you advanced responses. Error responses, like what is the value of payload, that return simple. The value of payload is empty only, that's why it is sent empty. So it's another way to basically handling and deciding what kind of response should send back to the consumer when any error occur in a listener configuration responses. So as you can see that we are getting nothing here, just logger is printing. So in so they could, as you can see that in the 0th one you got this error. Okay, so how to handle this error? Simply we can wrap our route in try catch and we can basically handle that. If we're getting error in this particular route, then what need to be do, whether we want to continue or whether we want to propagate. But ultimately when any error coming in this route, so you will get composite error. Let me show you one more time. Okay, so F6, 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 and it will go here. So I would just want to show what is the error type. Error type is mule colon composite. So ultimately scatter gather through mule composite underscore routing exception. So this is how we have done error handling if our error cases fail. Okay, So we have in use case in example 3, we have another use case, and that use case is nothing but actually a timeout. so so let me deploy my application here, and let me show you how exactly it is working. So in my example 3 use case 2, basically I have defined one configuration timeout setting. For example, this is our my route number 1 and route number 2. Any of the route taking a time, those route are executing in a parallel. If the basically whole processing of route number 1 and route number 2 is taking a time more than 10 millisecond, because here it accepted a millisecond, then it will give you mule colon timeout. So that's how we will see that error. So let me check. Yes, my application is deployed. Let me hit use case 2, example 3. Yes, as you can see that timeout is error, and basically in basically route 0 there is a timeout error, timeout. Because I have applied basically here wait. I'm waiting for more kind of 2000 millisecond. I'm waiting here. That's why my whole scatter gather failed, and route 0 it's provide me it is taking time here. While timeout processing route 0 part 0, and ultimately error namespace and error identifier is a composite routing, because uh, uh, because mule timeout is a error throw by scatter gather, but the parent error of mule timeout is a composite one for the scatter gather. That's why, and this payload I have written simply here, because the error is not throw by this particular component, because here we don't have any error, but our scatter gather throw timeout error, because it is the whole process in taking a time more than 10 millisecond. That's why the scatter gather throw error, and it is catched by this one, and here we have constructed the error response, and we have simply returned to the consumer. So let me explain use case number 4 here. So use case number 4 is kind of very simple use cases, and you will feel good when I explain this. So let me run in a debug mode. As you can see that my application is deployed. What is the path I'm using? I'm using this path. Let me go to of use case 4. Yes, example 4 use case 1. So let me click on send button. I've got debug. When I press F6 now, so my first route is started. When I press next F6, so my third route started. When I again press F6, my second route starts. So as you can see that those are running in a parallel mode. Yes, those are running up. I'm continuously pressing. So those are running in a parallel mode, and I'm getting a final response. But in your use case, you might get a condition like that ki every route should execute in a sequence way. So that's how we can configure a max concurrency 1. So only one thread is basically executing your all route first. So let me deploy my application. Yes, as you can see that my application is deployed. Let me click on send button. I've got F6. As you can see that I press F6 second time, and after this is executed. This execution of this route is completed, then it will start second flow. And when I start F6 previously, my this third route logger is executing, because there's no max concurrency defined, but now I have defined max concurrency 1. It means that my all route is executing by one thread sequentially. That's why it has happened. I press F6 again, then second route execution is completed. Now third route execution is started, and this is completed, and finally I've got the response. So guys, this is all about from my side, as I explain a kind of 4 example with different use cases like variable propagation, error handling, max concurrency in scatter gather, and basically the Scratch project, in order to basically what is the requirement for scatter gather. The requirement is that we can say that it need at least 2 route. With one route it will fail. It need a 2 route here. We can configure a timeout, we can configure a max concurrency, we can configure a target variable here. When we define a target variable, it basically output of this scatter gather will be saved in the target variable. So this is all about from my side, from scatter gather perspective. So please subscribe my channel, like and share this video. We will meet again for another use case. Bye.